All right, what is up, Chili Pup? I have been tinkering. Let me show you what I've done today. I feel so accomplished. I replaced that leaky gray tank shutoff valve. Look at that. Not only did I replace it, I also went ahead and did the black tank shutoff valve too. Brand new hardware, brand new gaskets, brand new assembly and housing, everything. Look, no leaks. Now it did drip here when I was doing all the work, but it's just gray water. Thank goodness there was nothing in the black tank. You can't do this unless the black tank is empty, okay? Don't ever try to do this with anything in the black tank. It would be a total disaster. It'd be a hazardous zone. But no drips, no leaks. But, I'll probably never use the black tank. But I thought, I might change my mind. And then if I go to use it and find out it's dripping too, I better go ahead and just replace it while I'm doing all this today. It was a big job. I've never done anything like this on an RV. I just kind of guessed at it, and it works. I've ran some water in the sinks, and it's not leaking. And then when I pulled this out, it did start to drip, so I pushed it back in. And with the black tank, I run some water in the toilet. And I haven't opened it up. I just wanted to make sure it would hold it, okay? I can't test that out here because I don't know what kind of deposits are in that thing. So I still need to go and get some type of black tank sanitizer stuff and let that go in it. And then do one good dump at the dump station to get that out of there. It's probably only a few quarts of water in there. But it's done. Man, I feel accomplished. So Yellow Wolf sold her swing out hitch and the cargo rack and all that stuff. She sold that in like 30 minutes. Ron has got someone interested in his Gen 3 Starlink. They may be coming to get it soon. And I sold my EcoFlow Wave 2 heater and air conditioner this morning. It used to sit right here, and now I've just got a big pile of junk there in its place. Everything is in shambles right now. Still trying to decide what I want to keep in the van and what I want to move over to the Casita. Pretty much the van is going to become a rolling garage with tools and stuff like that, and everything else is going to be over in the Matty Casa. I would recommend, if you get a Casita, it's not a lot of storage in there, so you might want to get a tow vehicle, something just like this, just any kind of regular van. Because there's a lot of stuff that I need to keep. I have been purging, but I can't purge important stuff. So if you get a trailer like this with very limited storage, all the storage is on the inside, you got a couple of little things over on the other side. Well, maybe just one actually, for outside storage. So think about that. You're going to need a vehicle with storage to tow it. See these little buttons up here? Eileen gave me a bag full of them because when I was wiping it down with water and a cloth just to get the streaks off of it, I knocked a couple of these buttons off, and she showed me what to do. She said, you turn the button upside down, you fill it up with silicone adhesive, and then stick it on, and look how it spreads out so uniform. That covers rivets that hold the cabinets on. And I had knocked off a few of them when I was cleaning it, but now I have some extras because she gave me a bunch of them. And I stopped at K&B Tools today, and got all my parts for the gray tank valve and that thing down here. And while I was there, I picked up some silicone adhesive and went ahead and done the other buttons. Oh, that one I might have put a little too much under. Look. Let me, well, we'll deal with that later. But at least I know they're on there. And as they fall off, I'll just replace them like that. There was a cable TV thing here, and I just found a black cap and put over it. I'll never ever use that. So that's siliconed up so rainwater can't go in that. I got up on the roof here, and there were some rivets. They've already covered with the sealant, but there was about 3 or 4 of them that had some spots that could have been touched up. So I kind of cleaned that really well and touched that up with some more sealant. Just little things. But there's no evidence of any water intrusion anywhere in this thing. Anywhere. At least I haven't found it yet. But I knew when I bought it that this was going to need to be replaced. I didn't know I was going to be doing both, but why not? So it's done now, and I have no idea how many years these things last, but now I know you can get them for about 15 bucks a piece at K&B Tools, and I can do it myself, because if I'd have paid somebody, oh my gosh, what would they charge me, $100 an hour? It took me an hour to do both of them, and that was my first attempt. So next time I'll know what I'm doing and I can do it even quicker. You do have to kind of loosen up these bands here, right there, and then that one over there to give it some wiggle room, because it's hard to separate these things. And when you go to put the new assembly in, the gaskets keep popping out, so it's best just to spit on them. I'm serious, to get them wet, and then they slide in much better. And that way the gaskets don't get all turned crooked and all that stuff. So that's what I figured out to do. But usually I'll watch a YouTube video on something like this before I attempt it. But this time I just kind of looked at it and thought, well, I know I can do that. So no leaks. All right, so I'll tell you how I was able to get this registered in Arizona. I think if you go to Moon Mountain Mail and buy their premium service, you can do this. They don't make you prove you live here. Because I went to the DMV in Yuma, and I went in with the title and the bill of sale, showed them my Tennessee driver's license. You know, it was no hiding the truth. I was open and honest about everything. And I have a friend that will let me use their address to have the plates sent to, so I don't have to have them shipped to my mailbox in Tennessee and then have my mail service in Tennessee forward them all the way back out here. That would be kind of a waste of time, wouldn't it? So the new tags and title will come in, and let me preface with this. Well, I guess it's too late to preface, isn't it? But let me say this. There's no loans on anything. When I bought this, the lady did not have a loan or lien on it, and I paid all of it at once, so no borrowing from a lender or anything. So that might make a difference. I don't know. But I just went up to the clerk, told him the whole story, and really all she was interested in was getting the money. I went ahead and did it for 5 years. You can do it for 1 year or 5 years, and it was just $122 for 5 years. So in 2 weeks, I'll go by my friend's house down in Yuma and pick up my tags, and I guess the title will be there too. And it'll be in my name now, and it'll be registered here. And I'm just telling you my story. This is my situation. It might not work out for you, but I believe if you just go ahead and get the service at Moon Mountain Mail, they will give you the address you will need for all this, so you don't have to rely on a friend to let you have anything mailed to their house. So that's my situation. A guy from Tennessee coming out to Arizona for the winter, not wanting to drive all the way back to Tennessee just to register this thing. Think of all the time and gas money that would take. It would be terrible. So it worked. I've got my temporary tag on. I guess it's good for 30 days or so. And that's my story. And I know it's a lot of people that do this, so I knew it could be done. I mean, just to ride around Quartzsite and look at the trailers with the Arizona tags, and then look at their tow vehicle, and it'll have a tag from all over the place. Some are from New Hampshire, and some are from Virginia, and some are from California. It's just, so just be honest with the clerk at the DMV. Don't lie, don't make up a story. Just be honest. And I think it'll work for you. See, in each county in Tennessee, they make you prove you live in that county. You have to take in like a utility bill or a rental agreement, something that shows you live in the county that you're registering your car in or your travel trailer. But apparently it's a little different here, and I like it. And that's just the way it is. That's the way it worked. Just straight up and above board. And if you don't have a friend that'll let you have the tags mailed to them, just go over to Moon Mountain Mail and tell them what you want to do, and they'll walk you through it. And I think it's about $180 now for that service. It might even be more. I had it a couple years ago and never really used it. So Ron's over there working. Yellow Wolf is probably working too. Oh, she's cooking something for us tonight. She's cooking us a dish tonight. So that'll be good. That's what she's doing in there. Taco's on the other side of the van over there. He's in there with her. So I hope this helps. And if you need to do this yourself, you can. Because all I needed was a 5/8 socket, an adjustable wrench, Phillips head screwdriver, and a knee pad, because my knees and my back are hurting right now from doing this. And I had some vinyl gloves to put on. You want to use those because you don't want that stuff when it starts dripping when you take it apart. Here it comes rushing out. So have your towel and your sanitizer and all that stuff ready for your hands and gloves. And you can do it. You can tinker. You can become the Tinker King, just like me. All right, my friends. I will check in later. Thanks for watching. Take care, be well, and gently tap the bell.